From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
The worst thing that you can do after hurting the sentiments of hundreds of millions is to say that you don't care about what they feel. And that is effectively what Moitra is doing. In Nupur Sharma's case, she realized that her comments had hurt millions of Muslims in India and across the world, so she apologized in writing. Then she was sacked from her post in the BJP and from the BJP itself. And now she faces the legal action. Contrast with Moitra. She has not apologized. She has dug her heels in and deliberately aggravated the insult. Her party hasn't taken any action against her, despite millions of Hindus, hundreds of millions of Hindus, being deeply offended with her comments on Kaali. The Trinamool Congress says mistakes made by individuals can be rectified. Then did the TMC or other opposition parties feel such rectification was possible in the case of Nupur Sharma? If not, why not? And that is what this case is becoming, primarily a case of double standards, viewers. Leena, the filmmaker, is such a desperate publicity seeker that she's continuing to deride Hindu beliefs by posting pictures of actors smoking after a performance where they were playing Hindu gods. Now that is a dangerously stupid thing to do. Actors playing Hindu gods don't smoke in the course of a film or a play. And the only reason Leena, like Mahua, are both hanging on to the controversy and seeking to extend it is because they know that they will get a lot of attention if they hurt Hindu beliefs, Hindu sentiments, and the Hindu faith. And they just don't care about the consequences. Viewers, yesterday, Hindus who felt strongly about this were being told to cool it, chill, and lighten up. Now, I think it's absolutely facile to say that we must be flexible with artistic presentations of our gods. The reality is that there are often consequences of such actions. And the grave mistake that publicity seekers like Mahua and Leena make is to insist that in their own individualistic world, their shallow and illiterate spin is more important than collective sentiments, norms, law, faith, or belief. The irony is that these same people would never in a Western environment hurt any Western faith or any Western belief. Or for that matter, let me be direct, in any other geography or any other religious context, but they enjoy doing so. And they repeatedly enjoy doing so in the Hindu context and in the Indian context. And that is why, viewers, this is a case of double standards, pure and simple. And tonight I intend to expose that. So let's debate, viewers, let's debate. The case of double standards between Nupur Sharma and Moitra, great similarities and then great dissimilarities as well. And debating tonight at 10 o'clock this evening, as the custody of the so-called fact-checker is extended, where did his funding come from? Where did his money come from? Why were people in Pakistan funding, as we are being told, Zubair in some way? Debate number 2. And debate number 3 this evening, with growing calls to behead, with growing calls to mutilate, being made brazenly, is it not time for the tough action? That's debate number 3. And here are the headlines. Here are the headlines this Thursday evening on the Debate Tonight. 2 condemnable comments, 2 different responses that expose a case of double standards. That's the big debate tonight. From insulting gods to maligning India, Kaali filmmaker escalates attack, faces a lookout circular now. The man who wanted Nupur beheaded is smiling in police custody, waves the victory sign. And one hate bounty after another. Video from Haryana shows man announcing a 2 crore bounty for a beheading. As Zubair is sent to custody, the foreign funding angle becomes the focus of the investigation. Is it time for transparency on digital funding?
Sad I am to be giving up the best job in the world. But them's the breaks.
And Boris Johnson steps down as the British Prime Minister after back-to-back controversies. Rishi Sunak, one of the top contenders to replace him. And as I said, viewers, what we are witnessing tonight is the story of dangerous double standards. A tale of striking contrasts. Because while we can draw parallels between the condemnable and hurtful comments of Nupur Sharma and Mahua Moitra, what followed is not parallel at all. Tonight, there is an attempt to escalate, justify, and brazen it out after Goddess Kaali was insulted and Hindu sentiments were hurt. But can such liberties be taken with any other religion? Should they? Here is the story, and then we debate.
2 comments, both insult religious beliefs, both by politicians, both condemnable. But the reaction scenes are in complete contrast. One party suspends the leader, the other merely distances itself.
নেগেটিভ ব্যবহারটা নিয়ে কোথাও একটা কাজ করতে গেলে ভুলভ্রান্তি হতেই পারে। রাইট টু মেক ব্লান্ডার্স, একথা তো নেতাজি সুভাষচন্দ্র বসু বলেছিলেন। ভুল করবার অধিকার, এটাও একটা অধিকার। কাজ যে করে ভুল করে, সে যে কাজ করে না সে ভুল করে না। তবে জেনে শুনে ভুল করা নয়, কাজ করতে গিয়ে যদি ভুল হয়ে যায় সেটা অবশ্যই রেকটিফাই করে দেওয়া যায়।
One faces threats like these.
जय भीम ने ऑफर दिया था 1 करोड़ रुपए की, मैं मेवात पूरी की तरफ से दे रहा हूँ। अगर जो नुकुल शर्मा की जीप काट के लाएगा, पूरी मेवात की तरफ से 2 करोड़ रुपए का ऑफर है।
While the other gets 100% PFI backing. One withdraws the comment. While the other hits out at India, saying, I do not want to live in an India where BJP's monolithic, patriarchal, Brahminical view of Hinduism will prevail. Even filmmaker Leena Manimekalai, who sparked it all, is sitting in Canada and calling India a hate machine. There is no remorse about hurting sentiments after the Kaali row. In fact, there is an escalation.
ये जानबूझ करके जिस प्रकार से हिंदू सनातन धर्म की भावना को आहत कर रहे हैं, बार बार कर रही है, इसलिए मेरा केंद्र की सरकार से, प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी से निवेदन है कि तत्काल कनाडा सरकार से भी बात किया जाए कि कनाडा में ही तत्काल इनकी गिरफ्तारी हो।
Nupur Sharma and Mahua Moitra are both wrong. But why is there a divergence in what followed? Why is one comment given the cover of freedom of expression? Why does one politician get called out for bigotry while those questioning the other are told to lighten up? It does not add up.
There is a segment of society that immediately invokes its right to freedom of expression and speech under Article 90. Article 51AE, which is the fundamental duty of every citizen, which includes promoting harmony and brotherhood. By ignoring the fundamental duty of ensuring that there is harmony and brotherhood is not the correct constitutional position or legal position.
This is a story of double standards, and it must stop. Let's debate.
Viewers, the hashtag is the story of double standards. You may have been thinking about it. Let's debate it. Sudhanshu Trivedi of the BJP, Smita Prakash, Editor-in-Chief of ANI, Madhuvanti is a well-known political analyst and entrepreneur, right-leaning, and Ashok Pandit is with us on the debate. That's one side. And on the other side, we have Saket Gokhale, spokesperson of the Trinamool Congress. We have Vikraman, spokesperson of the VCK, which is a DMK ally. We have lawyer Bikram Banerjee from Kolkata, first time on my show, and we have Kunika Sadanand, advocate and actor. She's joining us from Bengaluru tonight. Thank you very much. We'll have short responses. It'll help me a lot in the course of the debate. And my first question is to you, Saket. Saket, why did the TMC condemn the comments of Mahua Moitra? There must be some reason why you have strongly condemned the comment. Could you elaborate on what those reasons are?
Hi, thanks, Arnab. It's very simple. I mean, it's obvious that poster is despicable. There is absolutely, and it is very clearly an attempt made intentionally to gain publicity by hurting sentiments. That poster is despicable, and the comments that were made should not have been made. They're not the view of the party. And the comments that were made at the end of it, look, we should not be hurting religion. People have different sentiments. Religion is a very personal matter. And I don't think we should be commenting as public representatives.
Elaborate on that a wee bit more. You said that those comments should not have been made. What is it about those comments that make you say so? What is it about the comments of Mahua Moitra that were wrong? Could you elaborate on that?
As I said again, we should not be commenting on people's faith because faith is a very sentimental and a very personal issue. And as a political party, we choose not to get into this. We don't do, unlike the BJP, our politics is not based on religion.
One minute. A further elaboration. You just said. You just said that comments on religion should not be made. Now let's get a little more specific. I'd like to welcome Smita also into the debate, and I'm opening this up from the other side also for Bikram Banerjee. We'll go 2 versus 2. Saket, what is it about the comments that should not have been made? What is wrong about the comments themselves? You're giving me a generic reply that comments on religion should not be made. I want to ask you, what is it that was wrong about what she said?
Is that a rhetorical question? Because you're running a show on it. So, are you waiting for me to explain to you the fundamental basis of your show?
I'm asking you a question. What is it about the comments that should not have been made?
No. Again, you're running a show on it. You're talking about double standards. You're talking about hurting sentiments. So why are you asking me this question?
No, what is it about the comments that hurt sentiments in your view?
The comment was in response to a question about the poster. And ideally, in my view, the response to that should be that the poster is despicable, it's condemnable. In any way, any oblique attempt to even justify it, in my opinion, is very condemnable.
Okay, so what she has said, you've not gone into full detail, but you've said that what she has said is despicable. In that case, may I ask you, why are you refusing to take any action against her?
What action? The party has already condemned her statements. There are, as of this afternoon, I heard there are some about half a dozen FIRs that have been filed in different states. We are not stopping the police. You of all people should know very well that there is no point behind 20 FIRs, right? You've been through that, so you should know very well that 1 FIR and 20 FIRs don't make any difference. So there are FIRs registered against her, and if any police wants to proceed with the investigation, we are not stopping them.
That was not the logic in the case of Nupur. What if in Nupur's case, the BJP would have said that, what's the point of us taking any action on Nupur?
Sure, I'll answer that. Despite even after the Supreme Court's remarks, Nupur Sharma has still not been arrested. Now, I will tell you the problem here.
So
It's
are you
fine if the
saying that
BJP
Mahua
doesn't
should be
want to
arrested,
arrest her.
in
No,
your
let me
view?
answer.
Lina is
Arnab,
also
let me
not
answer
arrested.
then. I'm giving you an answer
Mahua
to
is
it.
also not arrested. Why is
If-
Mahua not
please
arrested?
you
Why
can't
is Mahua not
interrupt if I'm
arrested?
speaking, sir. Please.
Why is Lina
I mean,
not
have some
arrested? Why is
sense
Mahua
of
not
decency
arrested?
when somebody's
Why are you not
speaking.
demanding
You
her
cannot
arrest?
interrupt somebody.
Why
Calm
are you not
down, calm
demanding
down.
her arrest?
Arnab,
Calm down,
if the
everyone calm
BJP
down.
don't want to arrest her,
Calm
that's
down.
fine.
Ashok, hold it. Let him answer.
The Delhi
Mahua
police,
arrest.
the Delhi
Let him
police
answer.
gave Nupu
Ashok,
Sharma
Ashok, thanks.
security, which
Ashok,
means
we
they
go
know
back to
for
Smita
whereabouts.
now for a minute,
And
please.
yet
Let him
she is
complete. I'm coming back.
untraceable
Yeah.
right now.
Demand
She's
Mahua
untraceable
arrest
right
also.
now. The Delhi police
Someone
and the
else,
BJP
thank
is
you.
not even allowing police in other states to take action
Why
against
not
Nupur
Mahua
Sharma.
One second.
They're hiding her.
Mahua's arrest.
I can't hear Ashok at all. Okay, now here's the point. One minute. Just a moment. Ashok, hold on. Let me get Sudhanshu in. So we are in an interesting situation here right now. Allow me, please. Allow me, please. Thank you so much, Ashok. Thank you. You see, the situation is very interesting. Now, the Trinamool Congress's line, it's an official line, a line of their party chief, Sudhanshu Trivedi, is that mistakes can be rectified. And that is the thing about mistakes, that they can be rectified. I'm not saying it should. But what if the BJP applied the same forgiving logic to Nupur? It was a mistake. It could be rectified. There's no point in taking any action on her. At all. That's the question. That's why we are calling it a case of double standards. Sudhanshu is responding to the initial observations of Saket. Yes, Sudhanshu.
Yeah.
1 minute. Everyone calm down. Yeah.
Arnab has raised a very appropriate question. I just want to say one thing. Nupur Sharma has given a statement. She has withdrawn it. She has expressed regret. She has tendered an apology. So it can be considered as a mistake. Still, party has removed her from primary membership. But still the West Bengal police wants to have lookout notice. Despite, again I'm saying, she has withdrawn the statement, regret and apologized, and the party has taken action. On the other hand, Ms. Mitra has given a statement. She is standing by, neither expressing any regret, and Trinamool is saying that this is her personal statement, but sending their spokesperson to defend her. This is the sheer dichotomy of the character. And Mamata Banerjee ji, who has chanted Chandi Path during the election, Jayanti, Mangala, Kaali, Bhadra Kaali, Kapalini, Durga, Shama, Shiva, Datri, Swaha, Swada, Namostute. Now the true face has been exposed, that for nothing but to exploit the sentiment of Hindus. And if she would have an iota of respect and reverence for Ma Kaali, she would have at least given a look into giving a notice to Miss Moitra. Not. इसीलिए मैं कहना
Audio, I can't hear.
This is a class in
Audio.
the Indian political. And one sentence I would like to say. 26 years back in 1996, at the time of Vajpayee ji's vote of confidence, Sushma Swaraj ji has said कि इस देश में सेकुलर होने का मतलब तब है, इंटेलेक्चुअल होने का मतलब तब है, जब आप हिंदू होने पे ग्लानि का अनुभव कर सकें. और आज 26 साल बाद है, सेकुलर होने का मतलब तब है जब आप हिंदू धर्म को लांछित और अपमानित कर सकें, और कट्टरपंथी मुसलमानों को डायरेक्ट और मौन समर्थन.
Sudhanshu, just a minute. Sudhanshu, see, let's be very focused tonight, right? The Trinamool Congress has officially accepted that Mahua Moitra has not been respectful towards Hindu religion, because Saugata Rai has said our party is secular, it respects all religions. In other words, he has implied that her comments have disrespected Hindu sentiments. Now, my question is, and I think, Bikram, the question which emerges here, the question I was getting at with Saket is this, and I have a bad link with Smita, so I'll get Madhuvanti on the debate. What is the punishment for disrespecting Hindu sentiments? For the Trinamool Congress, what is the punishment? That question is to Bikram. Appropriate question tonight, Saket can take it. For disrespecting Hindu sentiments, which is the implied statement of Saugata Rai himself.
Okay,
that question was to Bikraman, please. To Bikram Banerjee, please. Thank you. Yeah. That is the question. Let's focus on that. You want to take that, Bikraman?
The law is very clear. IPC section 295A
IPC section 295A categorically says maliciously insulting religion or the religious belief of any class. Imprisonment for 3 years, cognizable, non-bailable. So the police can arrest without warrant. The fact remains that all types of this statement are derogatory comment to adversely affect the public, to make an impact. And this is actually a show-off. Whoever makes it, whichever political party, whichever person makes it, actually it's a show-off.
But then the question,
to make some political consciousness, impact wrong political consciousness among the people of this country.
Now Vikram.
This is also a vote bank politics.
Yeah,
by which one part of the common citizens.
Vikram, see Saket, following what Vikram Banerjee has said, the question is, you are a political party. She is your member of parliament. She is representing you. Why is she being allowed? Madhuvanti, my question is this, and maybe you can take that so you come into the debate, then Saket replies. Why is Mahua Moitra being allowed to aggravate the insult?
Arnabji, exactly what I have been wanting to ask from the time this debate started. What is this double standard? What is this attitude with which the respected members of the Trinamool Congress are talking? They say, oh, we have condemned them, but BJP is hiding Nupur Sharma. I mean, what is this line of comment? What is this line of talk? I don't understand this. I mean, is the law of the land not the same for everybody in this country, or does a Hindu always have to suffer? Is that what we have to do as Hindus?
No,
face insult, face shame, face ridicule, face trolling, face malignment. Is this what a Hindu has to do in this country to survive?
What's happening is, the question being simple, Saket, and Smita I think is back now, why is she being allowed, if the Trinamool truly condemns Mahua Moitra, why is she still a part of the Trinamool Congress, your member of parliament, your representative, and being allowed to brazenly aggravate the insult? Are you saying as a party that you have no control over what your member of parliament says, which deeply offends hundreds of millions of Hindus?
Look, Arnab, that is exactly like saying when, Pragya Thakur said, I celebrate Godse or not Gandhi, and Modi ji said, I'm never going to talk to her, did not take any action. So, I mean, are we saying that Mr. Modi has no control over his party? Is that what we're trying to say here? Look, it's very simple, and I'll tell you in simple words. Your question earlier was, what is the action? Legal action can be taken if an offense has been committed. In BJP states, BJP has filed FIRs. But the problem is this. They will not proceed with legal action because BJP wants to use the sentiments of Hindus to constantly milk it for their political benefit. They want to keep this issue going and going. If they wanted to take legal action, they could have taken legal action.
So the counter...
Who's stopping them?
Okay, I'd like Smita to come in actually without a counter from me, but I have a very strong counter to that. There's a complete difference here. In this case, your party is forgiving Mahua Moitra while condemning her. Your party's line is mistakes can be rectified. Would your party have said this if the mistake were to offend any other religion, is the question, and Smita wanted to come in with a counter.
Did she? The Chief Minister did not say that in the context of Mahua Moitra.
So Smita.
Anybody listening to the debate in the past 20 minutes would think that BJP is all evil, whereas the TMC is all pure as driven snow. Look, both Leena as well as TMC's Mahua projecting this liberalism as a body armor, and their liberalism, in fact, is an intolerant liberalism because it is not accepting any thought which is not in sync with what they believe in. And as soon as there is any thought which they don't agree with, those people are labeled, they're called trolls, they are called danger to this country, secular fabric, they're everything wrong, whereas theirs is the tolerant and so-called secular thing. Now, Mahua has defended Leena's Kaali interpretation and saying that it was similar to what her interpretation of Kaali is. That's fine. It's a free country. She can do that. Her interpretation of Kaali might be different from mine of Devi or yours as Sherawali Mata. That's all fine. But why was she so sharp in her criticism of Nupur all along? And on that day, she treaded on eggshells when talking about Prophet Muhammad or Islam. But as far as Ma Kaali is concerned, you can say anything. You can say meat eating, you can say alcohol consuming, you can say accepting. Alcohol accepting is what she said. Now the thing is, it's a very disingenuous kind of intellectual deviousness. Whether Nupur or Mahua, both have expressed their personal views, one about Islam, the other about Hinduism. But as we know right now, Nupur has an X on her back.
You
and
cannot draw parallels between Nupur Sharma and the Mahua Moitra.
The organization that Mahua belongs to has completely abandoned her. And you have a Shashi Tharoor who defends her, whereas the Congress doesn't even defend Shashi Tharoor. So, this is all political. It's got nothing to do with right, wrong, religion or anything. The fact is that the entire thing, so you can joke about Gaumutra, Trishul, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you can't talk about, say, a Kirpan, or you can't talk about triple marriage.
Just 1 minute.
About all these things, because you face retribution from minority religions.
Okay.
But about the majority, they become a punching bag.
Just 1 point, and I want to give a word of caution here to Saket. You see, Saket, what the Trinamool is trying extremely hard to do over the last 24 hours is to try and give the impression that this is a personal remark by an individual in their personal capacity. I must caution you, Saket, it's a political remark made by a politician in a political capacity, and her defense and counter argument is also totally political. She is now saying, I challenge the BJP to prove me wrong. She's made her defense political. She's using the comment for political mileage. She's going on TV channels and saying, I challenge the BJP to prove me wrong. So you cannot make, it's not a personal remark and you're fully aware of it. Now one last point. Okay, you want to respond? Who goes first? Vikraman, you want to speak first? My question was to Saket,
Yes, very quickly, Arnab. Number one, and I'm cautioning you here that this is not the language that will be tolerated. You are nobody, I don't take threats. You're nobody to caution me, okay? You're not the law of the land, number one. So let's set our discourse parameters very well. I'm not taking cautions from anybody, number one. Number two, if she has made a political, if you're saying this is political, then the BJP's response is also political. Why are they pretending to care about Hindu sentiments? Where is the legal action? Their remarks are also political then. So here, politics is being played completely with Hindu sentiments. And remember, Nupur Sharma and Mahua, both Hindus. Nupur Sharma spoke about somebody else's religion. Mahua spoke about her own faith.
Let him complete. Vikraman, see, just one. Okay, make your point, Vikraman, then I'll respond. Yeah. Go on, Vikraman.
See, you cannot draw parallels between Nupur Sharma and Mahua Moitra. Mahua Moitra is.
Why are you getting stressed about it, Vikraman? We are discussing it. We find parallels. We find parallels, similarities, and dissimilarities. Why is it making you uncomfortable, Vikraman?
See, you cannot go criticize some religion and come out of it and get out of it, okay? That your intention is clearly a
But you can do that with Hinduism.
To create some unrest in the society.
But you can do that with Hinduism.
Hinduism is self-criticism.
No, but you can do that with Hinduism.
I am telling you,
I'm asking you.
Debate before the entire nation, my Ma Kaali version also consumes alcohol. Our Karupasamy, who is also consuming alcohol and cigarette, and they call it surtu here. That is what Mahua Moitra was saying. It was only a version of Ma Kaali.
Mahua Moitra saying. What rubbish you are talking about?
That is not rubbish.
What rubbish you are talking about?
Ma Kaali consumes alcohol.
कहाँ लिखा हुआ है सिगरेट की बात? इस ढंग की वाहियात बात बोलते चले जाएंगे.
I'm talking about Karupasamy here. Karupasamy.
No, Vikraman, 1 minute. 1 minute, just 1 minute.
सिगरेट कहाँ से आ गई भाई? सिगरेट तो last 100 years में आई है. What rubbish you are talking about?
You can ask
कुछ भी बोलने लगेंगे. Cigarette कब आई? When the cigarette was invented, just 100 years back, and you are talking about any goddess taking cigarette.
Ashok, I'm coming to you.
We don't know Krishna, we don't know Lord Rama.
No. Vikraman, I'll tell you one thing. Just 1 minute. 1 minute. Just a minute. Vikraman, just a minute. Vikraman, just 1 minute. Let me intervene here right now.
They take meat.
Let me intervene here right now. I don't want your understanding of religion to be imposed upon all of us because I find it a little superficial. Now 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Vikraman, I need others on the debate. Thank you. Now Vikraman, just stop for a moment, please. Okay? Now here's where we are making a big mistake. Point is this. Yes, Saket, the fact of the matter is your member of parliament is speaking as a politician. Her defense is political, her arguments are political. Okay? That's the first point. Second, obviously the parallel emerges because in another context, in the context of offending another religion or religious sensitivities of another religion, the BJP reacted with great alacrity with its own spokesperson. The Trinamool Congress has refused to act so far vis-a-vis Mahua Moitra. Now the larger point. Now the larger point.
Reacted after 19 countries summoned the Indian ambassador. They waited for 19 countries to summon Indian ambassadors. There was no alacrity.
Now the BJP reacted. Now one sec, Saket. The fact is that's your look at it. Look at it very simply.
No,
okay?
it's a fact.
Fact is the BJP reacted and you didn't react. You haven't reacted so far. Maybe you will tomorrow. I don't know. But the point is the BJP reacted and the Trinamool hasn't. The question is, and I want to bring in Madhuvanti here. Madhuvanti here is on the debate with Kunika, and just give me a moment here, please. Thank you. The point is, and I don't know what is the difficulty of understanding this. Please understand this, viewers. I'll put it across as simply as possible. And I know some people won't like the straightforwardness with which I'm speaking, but that's it. That's my view. There is a comparison, Saket, and a legitimate comparison for the following reasons. And Kunika and Madhuvanti, let's elaborate on it. When religious sensitivities are hurt, they tend to descend into some of the worst forms of violence. Right? Simple point here is, and why we need to be very careful. Why am I saying this? No point of lecturing any political party, but everyone understands. Can I have them on the screen? Everyone, please, especially Saket and Sudhanshu. This country has seen a lot of communal riots and a lot of communal violence. When religious sensitivities are hurt, we can't get into this discussion of, oh, you shouldn't have been hurt. Oh, it's okay. Chill, lighten up, relax, yeah. That kind of argument cannot happen. In such cases, there are things which must be done to assuage the situation. One, you can withdraw your insensitive comments. Two, you can express regret. Three, you can make an outreach to the hurt party directly. In this case, in this case, neither Mahua Moitra or Leena Manimekalai have made any such attempts. They've dug their heels in. They want to aggravate the situation. And that is what is really worrying. They are loving the controversy. They want the headlines. They are trying to aggravate the situation. And I don't see any defense for that. Kunika, what is your defense? What do you think?
So first of all, Arnab, congratulations on diverting the attention of the public once again from important issues. However, this is an important issue, but I don't think that, first of all, I don't think that Mahua Moitra said anything with any kind of menswear or any kind of intention to hurt anybody. She was talking about the way she celebrates her goddess, okay? And religion, mythology is everybody's personal truth. Fact is everyone's truth. And this is mythology. I'm a Lingayat. Lingayats are that sect that broke away from the Brahminical mode of religion of Hinduism because they felt that was not the right way. So does that make me a lesser Hindu because I'm a Lingayat? No, I believe, and I don't interrupt, please. I didn't interrupt anybody. I'm a Lingayat and I have faith, a certain faith, and I offer certain things to my God. That's my wish. So there are people all over the country. Arnab, you are also from Assam, I think, and in Kamakhya, you know what is offered in the temples. There are people who offer in Mahakal, in Ujjain, the Mahakal, and in the Bhairavnath Mandir, alcohol is offered. There is also sacrifice, which is not supposed to happen, but it still happens. So let's not talk about, I mean, and by the way, Nupur Sharma and the poster, I condemn. Because Nupur Sharma's body language, her language was absolutely denigrating the religion that she was talking about.
But
And
Mahua is
whereas
okay.
as far as the poster is concerned,
what did you? What is
I
it?
don't
What is
believe
it
in
about
this kind
Mahua
of,
that you
freedom of
appreciate?
expression.
What is it that about
Don't
Mahua in
interrupt me,
contrast
please,
that you
Arnab.
appreciate?
I did not interrupt, and I have to
No,
go on
my counter is
debate,
what is
so
it
I
in the
want to say my
context of
piece.
Mahua that you appreciate?
The poster is not in good taste. I, being a liberal Hindu, also still got affected by the poster. But Mahua Moitra was speaking about her belief, and that is a right she has.
No.
How she wants to celebrate her goddess, how she wants to believe,
No.
how she wants to profess her religion. That is the
No,
right.
we
that
are okay. We are getting responses. Who goes first? Smita goes first, then Sudhanshu, please. We are opening this up now, ladies and gentlemen. 9:30. The debate is trending. Yes, please, Smita.
This is the liberalism that I was talking to you about. It is this Marxist wokeism, not really liberalism, where you talk about that being mythology, right? Talk about Mahua talking about mythology, whereas Nupur talked about religion. You had the other person who said that is self-criticism of Hinduism, so that should be allowed because it is self-criticism. But criticism by another person of another religion, not allowed. So this is not liberalism. This is a kind of a self-hate which has no explanation. Because you did say mythology. You did say, I'm sorry, this is exactly you. You didn't allow anybody to interrupt you, so please don't interrupt what I am saying. What happened is
Okay, one of you, please. Just a moment. Okay, one of you. See, Kunika and Smita. Okay, I'll give 30 seconds to both. Just give me a moment. Give me a moment. I can't hear either of you at this point of time. I can't hear either. Smita, just hold it. Let Kunika complete. I'll come back to you after that. Yeah.
Smita ji, you are misconstruing what I said. I will not allow it.
No.
May I speak?
Sorry, Arnab, the editor of ANI is saying these are Marxist. I don't know if she's read the newspapers, but TMC finished the Marxist in West Bengal. I mean, that level of ignorance is just phenomenal coming from the editor of the government favorite team.
Who's talking about you? Nobody is talking about you. He makes personal comments. Arnab,
we can avoid the personal comments, Saket. It's not necessary. We're having a great debate. Okay. Now, Smita and Saket, we have a fine discussion going on tonight, and let's stay on the subject. All right. Okay, so I'll just make one point here, right? Let's keep away from this. My point is on a point made, which is a point some people are arguing, Sudhanshu, that ye to mythology hai. And Smita's response to that was, in the context of Hinduism, everything is a myth. In the context of every other religion, it's deep religious belief and deep religious sentiments and historical fact.
No.
That is the implicit assumption in what you're making. No, that is the implicit assumption in what you can't say no now.
You can assume, but I did not say
Have
that.
audacity.
I said the body language of Nupur Sharma, the way she spoke about
what body language argument is this?
Nobody is sitting on the panel.
You can rewind that video if it's still available on the internet.
Hinduism को mythology कहना.
Okay. Kunika, Sudhanshu's responding to you. Debate is on. Sudhanshu's responding to you. 1 minute, yeah.
But जो पैनल पे बैठे हैं, किसी की हैसियत नहीं है कि दूसरे रिलीजन के बारे में माइथोलॉजी कह सके, जबकि कोई आर्कियोलॉजिकल एविडेंस हो या ना हो, इसलिए वो हम अच्छी तरह समझते हैं. Because everybody is having a programmed mindset. Everybody is having a programmed mindset, and the mindset is. अरे भाई अभी मैं बोल रहा हूँ. Please let me complete my.
कुनिका जी इनको बोलने दीजिए.
Those who are trying to give various.
कुनिका जी सुधांशु जी को बोलने दीजिए. कुनिका जी सुधांशु जी को बोलने दीजिए. Let him speak.
अरे भाई मैं आपको बता रहा हूं, जितने लोग डिफरेंट वेरियस डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ रिलीजन बोलने लगे.
Kunika, let him speak, please. I'll come back to you. Give it a moment.
फिजिक्स पढ़ के आएगा.
1 minute, please. Okay, Kunika, come on now. Kunika, come on now, please. Please, hear each other out, please.
हाँ मैं बताता हूं.
Hear each other out. Hear each other out right now, please. Please, Kunika. Please.
मैं जैसा चाहूं मैं बिलीव करूंगी. I'm a liberal Hindu. He might be a Kattar
because
fanatic.
you are giving
I'm a
the various
Hindu.
interpretations of the religion, and I can challenge you. You have not studied even 1 year a religion. You have not studied even a Vedic Sanskrit. I challenge you.
Thank God.
You have not, nobody has studied English. I'm giving sermons on Shakespeare. Nobody has studied physics, even the level of 10th.
And I want to believe the way I want to believe. Thank God I have not studied religion like you all. Thank God that I don't use religion to divide my country. Thank God I don't use religion.
Okay.
Thank God.
Kunika, now 1 minute. Kunika, 1 minute. Kunika, 1 minute. Yesterday I made a point. Yeah, no. 1 minute.
I think we should
Sudanshu,
refrain in our way of working.
Sudanshu.
हमारा जो काम है उस पर टिप्पणी करें. मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ.
Yeah, 1 minute.
चुप कराइए उनको.
1 minute. Kunika, calm down.
नहीं ये बताइए.
1 minute. Sudanshu.
टिप्पणी बताइए. MSc फिजिक्स होगा तब करेगा ना. आपने किस शास्त्र में किया है बताइए. कितना रिलीजन पढ़ा जो रिलीजन पे भाषण करने लगी. बताइए.
जोड़ के रखना.
नहीं मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ ना. अगर नहीं पढ़ा तो चुप रहिए.
आपको प्यार बांटना है.
नहीं.
Sudanshu.
ये नहीं पढ़ा कि लोग नहीं मानने देना है.
Interpretation without studying those things. यही तो मैं कह रहा हूँ ना. बगैर पढ़े बैटिंग करने लगना है. अपने मन से कुछ भी बोलने लगना.
1 minute. Now one more point here is this. In this case, by the way, Kunika, remember one thing. Just one minute. Sudanshu, 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Kunika, you would not have dared to say such things about any other religion. Let me make it absolutely clear today. The only point to debate here is this. In the case and the point is 1 minute. Yeah, Ashok Pandit is on the debate. Ashok.
What is a liberal Hindu?
I don't want to study.
What is a liberal Hindu?
I don't want to study.
What is this liberal Hindu? Let us
Ashok.
understand liberal Hindu.
Hindu
is a Hindu. Liberal Hindu क्या होता है? Liberal Hindu क्या होता है? हिंदू है. हिंदू है. लिबरल हिंदू क्या होता है? ये नई चीज
ये होता है लिबरल हिंदू. Because Hinduism for me is not something where I kill other people or I make other people suffer. I'm a liberal Hindu.
फॉलो करता है. वो हिंदू है. लिबरल हिंदू कुछ नहीं होता है. And Arnab, what did Mamata Banerjee say? Mamata Banerjee said, जो काम करता है वो गलतियां करता है. She has protected Mahua Moitra today.
The attempt also, Ashok, 1 minute. Ashok, I'll tell you the point of great concern which I have in this at this point. 1 minute, Ashok. 1 minute. Ashok. Now okay. So thank you very much. The point here is, and I want to bring in Sudanshu, Smita, Saket back on the debate, and Vikram. 1 minute, please. 1 minute. Let's keep it very focused, please. Thank you. Just 1 minute, please. You see, the attempt is to aggravate the insult here. And my limited point, Sudanshu, 1 minute, please. I'm not getting the audio in the studio. I'll have to make my point and then I'll come in, please. Thank you so much. Viewers, let's be very clear about it. The attempt is to aggravate the insult and to extend the controversy. Both Mahua and Leena are brazening it out by claiming that they are standing against Hindutva. Leena says Hindutva will never become India. She says, I don't want to live in a country where the BJP's view of religion is imposed. Their real attempt is to aggravate the controversy, to milk the situation for publicity. That is a plain and simple fact. And my question is, what is the Trinamool Congress going to do to stop Mahua from aggravating this controversy and aggravating the insult further? The Trinamool Congress, Saket, cannot wash its hands off the responsibility of ensuring that Mahua does not aggravate the insult.
Again, Arnab, a very simple question. If we are saying that, if Mr. Trivedi also was saying that since 26 years after Sushma ji's statement, this is happening. Now Hindu Hriday Samrat Narendra Modi has been in power for 8 to 9 years. Are we trying to say that the BJP has then used Hindus to get into power and abandon them?
What is the Trinamool Congress? 1 minute. My essential question is, Saket, what is the Trinamool? Are you saying the question is of responsibility? If you say we have no further responsibility in the matter, you can say so. Here's the question. Let me
legal action.
Saket, 1 minute. See, there are consequences. Now please hear me through and through, because you need to understand where I'm coming from. Imagine the consequences of insulting religion. I have said before, there are consequences for insulting religion. If insulting religion becomes a low-hanging fruit for publicity stunts, then would it not lead to a situation Madhuvanti, where irresponsible comments are made leading to paralysis, nationwide protests, arrests. We have seen what happened in the case of Nupur. The Trinamool not acting suo moto in this matter is worrying. If insulting religion becomes a low-hanging fruit for publicity stunts, then wouldn't there be a situation when extremist and terror organizations take advantage and radicalize youth with a call to arms? Are we not seeing radical organizations already do so? Do we need further proof tonight? It is the PFI. I repeat, it is the PFI today which is supporting Nupur. Why? No. The PFI which is supporting, the PFI is supporting Mahua Moitra. I correct myself. Why is the PFI supporting Mahua Moitra? Will we be witness to this spectacle where extremist organizations, radicalized organizations take advantage of individuals insulting specific religions? I say we cannot take that risk. And I don't see why that cannot be apparent to all of us on the panel tonight.
Arnab, if I'm allowed to make just one quick point. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go on. Debate is open.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, debate is open.
Yes, I just want to make one quick point. I am only asking the people who are defending this Moitra lady, how is it you are saying that when it comes to the Hindu faith, you have separate faiths and I can believe in my faith, you can believe in your faith. Whereas when it comes to Nupur Sharma, it's a totally different ball game. What Nupur Sharma did was wrong. What Mahua Moitra did was also wrong. Let's learn to deal with this and give them the same reactions. I do not understand this.
What you said is right. I agree with you. They're both 100% wrong. You're right. What you're saying is correct. Finally, we have an agreement here. I agree with what the lady said. Both of them are incredibly wrong. Both of them have done something that is 100% condemnable. I agree with you on that.
In that case, why is the Trinamool not taking any individual action on its own against its own leader and member of parliament? You're convinced she's wrong.
You tell me after the Supreme Court comments, why is Nupur Sharma still not in custody?
No, I'm talking about Mahua Moitra. Nupur Sharma is not a member of the BJP. The BJP took action on Nupur Sharma. Mahua Moitra is a member of parliament of the Trinamool Congress.
They can protect her.
No, but you yourself. No, Saket, you drew the example right now. 1 minute. Let's agree that right now in your previous statement, you drew yourself a parallel between Nupur and Mahua in terms of the action, but in terms of the consequences, there is a world of difference. I'm asking you why.
Exactly.
Okay, Arnab, now if you give me 30 seconds, I'll tell you. Okay. Number one, we will not respond to the BJP, which is still protecting Nupur Sharma. Okay, fine that they did not arrest her. Please don't interrupt me while I'm saying. They did not arrest her. BJP, Home Ministry, Delhi police did not arrest her. They're not even letting police of other states take custody of her. Number one. Number two, let me also point out, because we were talking about a very dangerous trend here. Nupur Sharma spoke on a television channel what she said. In the last 2 days, other than BJP, I have not seen any mass protests happening. Now it looks to me that again on this news channel, you are actually provoking and inciting people to come out on the street.
Oh, wonderful. That's a classic tactic, right? Another question is 1 minute. Saket, 1 minute. Saket, let me tell you why that is absolutely laughable. It's absolutely laughable, and I'll tell you why. That's so laughable. Okay, so the question here is, okay, Smita wants to respond to that, but I need to remind you with everyone watching the program tonight, Saket, that the Bengal Assembly passed a resolution condemning Nupur, but not a word on Mahua, and I want to know why.
Mahua did not make any mistake.
The assembly is not in session right now.
Oh, right, the assembly is not in session. Oh, fantastic. You're running short of excuses. Smita is responding to you right now. Smita.
Yeah, I'm not going to respond to him. Sorry. Okay. I just want to break. I've heard all this. Now the point is, Lena today has posted another picture, right, Arnab? She posted a picture of two actors dressed as Shiva and Parvati who were taking a break probably and smoking. She posted today after knowing all the furor that has happened, after knowing that she has put an MP's job on the dock because of her defending her and so many people defending
Leena. But Leena doesn't care. She doesn't care that inflamed passions could lead to violence, further violence in India. She can't. She's sitting in foreign shows. Now here is an opening for Mahua. She defended Leena, right? Now here is an opening for Mahua. After seeing what Leena has done today, she can go on air, she can go on television and say that, listen, I defended this lady because of an action that she had taken, which is the poster. But after what she has done today, I realize her intention is just to provoke, just to inflame passions, and I take back my comments about her. That will be enough to douse passions, which is the need of the hour today. If we are looking for solutions to calm tempers down, I think this is a way out for Mahua. That's all I want to say.
And also, just one point, Sudhanshu wants to make a point. The gentleman sitting here, Vikraman, is the person who was saying that, 1 second please, is the person who said that we need to immediately arrest, we need to absolutely immediately arrest Nupur Sharma. We talk about legal action, leave alone the assembly resolution, which you are saying assembly is not in session. I hope you won't say next that the law is not in session either, because you have a lookout notice. You are dying to arrest Nupur. You want to bring her to Bengal. But as far as Mahua Moitra is concerned, are you giving her protection? Sudhanshu, yes, Smita and Saket and Sudhanshu.
Stopping the police. Who is stopping the police?
What is your police doing? What is the Bengal police doing?
All of us put together, all of us.
Where are the UP police then?
Hinduism since last 3-4 decades.
Sudhanshu.
अरे भाई क्या तरीका है बोलने का?
Sudhanshu ji.
Now, I just want to say these two ladies are nothing but a part of a larger design which is happening since last 30 years. Well, 32 years before what happened? राम हुए थे कि नहीं ये बताओ? अयोध्या यही थी कि नहीं ये बताओ? अगर हुए थे तो यही हुए तो बताओ? And remember, Arjun Singh as HRD minister has gone and inaugurated an exhibition in which Ram Sita was depicted as brother and sister. When M.F. Hussain writes nude photos of Hindu goddesses, this is the freedom of expression. Then the Ram doesn't exist is a statement in the law. And now they are saying this. This is a larger design. And how they have been encapsulated in that design, I want to say. आज Mahua Moitra ने
I am extending this. Thank you. Yeah.
Patriarchal Brahmanism. मैं पूछना चाहता हूं, when there is an issue of 4 wives, it is not patriarchal. Halala is not patriarchal. Triple talaq is not patriarchal. The right of divorce only to men, not to women in talaq. It's not patriarchal. No entry to Muslim women in masjid is not patriarchal. But Hinduism, in which the Devi goddess Kaali is there, it is patriarchal.
Indian constitution
just one last point. One last point, ladies and gentlemen. We also need to understand, in this country, what Leena is doing is following the pattern of M.F. Hussain, who was also a publicity seeker. And I think we need to draw the line somewhere. We need to draw the line somewhere. On the other side, with the Delhi police making claims of foreign donations made to alt news, big questions are now emerging about the pattern of completely opaque funding for digital companies operating in India. Do they need to follow Indian law or not, or should the law itself be changed? On the other side.